Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television, GPTV. I'm Brett, and my hands is Ministry of Compliance, Issue 1. Now, I did a written review, but I really want to do a video review as well. Get this out there a bit more. It's written by John Ridley, art by Stefano Raffaele, color by Brad Anderson, lettering by Ariana Maher. I am a John Ridley fan, whether or not it's his films, televisions, comics. Like, the man is beyond talented. And what I really like about Ridley's work is it's usually very, steeped in history or the real world or the current political climate or, things going on in society. And while he tackles very weighty subjects, he also has a brilliant ability to show that not everything is black and white, that there's a lot of gray, and even in the worst characters, he can create some sort of sympathy for them. So at least there's some understanding and way for you to connect with them. Like, the worst of worst characters, you can still sit there and say, at least I understand their motivation or where they're coming from. He's a brilliant writer in that way, and creator as a whole. And so this series is an interesting one. So there's an alien race that's invaded Earth for quite some time. They are slowly assimilating Earth, and eventually will completely bring it into their empire and complete that. To do this, they are very bureaucratic. It's crazy how this one works. So that there's a whole bunch of ministries, and there's head of ministries to run the show, basically. Except some of those ministries have become bloated and corrupt and taken on maybe some of the worst characteristics of humanity and Earth. So we come down to the Ministry of Compliance. This is kind of I would say, feels more like the head of the ministry, but definitely the one who is there to bring down the word of this race and galactic empire. They're the ones that dispense the justice and whip some butt when people aren't in line. And it's what it opens up with. The certain ministry is become a little corrupt, and they are dispatched. When I say dispatched, I mean sword out, heads are decapitated, people are cut up. It is straight up martial arts, kung fu, sword swing badassness that, for those who love cinema, will really appreciate it. And almost done in a somewhat comical way at times. To I'll say Tarantino-esque violence, where it's just so over the top it becomes almost comical and just entertaining. Now what's fascinating is that sort of action is juxtaposed by a lot of bureaucracy. I mean, there's literally scenes of people walking around or sitting around in a boardroom, discussing things. Of course, Earth is going to get assimilated, but something goes wrong in all that, and this group is kind of cut off and have to figure out what the hell to do. So this is really just a company crumbling, and all the divisions are scrambling to see who can pick up the pieces and take over and either complete the mission or come out with a golden parachute. Straight up what this is. Now the question is exactly what Ridley is getting at. As I said, a lot of the stuff has to do with socio-political stuff. So is he talking about current political stuff? Is he talking about current corporate? Is he talking about society as a whole? I'm not quite sure, and I'm still trying to figure that part out. It's good, though. It's really solid. I mean, this is a great mix of just action and then Wall Street. I mean, this is John Wick meets Wall Street or Tarantino meets Wall Street. It's the only way I can describe it. It's got that sitting around debating about carving up the planet and who's getting what in between scenes like this. How can you not enjoy that? This is how it opens up. Wielding a sword and just whipping ass and cutting body parts up and killing people. It's pretty awesome. And then you go into arguments about people not doing their jobs and being fired. One scene to the other. The other thing that I really like about it is and when I said literally people sitting around talking, this is so much of the comic. And part of what I like about the comic is it's interesting is that you've got this really cold corporate visuals to it mixed with this bloody flow, this almost symphony of violence. And I think the two next to each other, going one to the other is really interesting. So yeah, I'm fascinated by this series and where it's going to go. The other thing is this issue is packed. It's $5.99, so a little bit more expensive, but you get a lot. This feels like it's worth it. Unlike a lot of other comics where you sit there and you flip through and it takes like 3 minutes to read, if that, this is a dense comic that sticks around and like is well worth the price point. So if you like, you know, I don't want to say adult because it's not quite the right term, but if you want like weighty comics that have a lot of world building, that you know, clearly have something to say, good action, interesting characters, like this just feels kind of like a Christopher Nolan or David Fincher, like that type of just thinking person's story. I mean, it's John Ridley. It's what John Ridley does. So it's not too shocking. But it's like, you know, that sort of psychological corporate thriller mixed with action. The only way I can, like, it's the only way I can think about it. Like, or describe it. It's just, it's good. It's really, really good. Go get it. It is out now in comic shops. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. It'll tell the shops area. No shop, no problem. We do have some links where you can purchase your own. There'll be affiliate links, so we do get a small percentage. And by doing that, you'll support our site. So thank you. And just watching our videos support us. So thank you for that. If you're into comics, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, Threads, Blue Sky, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. And until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.